Hey Seahawks, welcome back to another episode of Seahawk Central News.
We've got a great show for you today with a look at blood shortages across the state and a look at a bomb scare that made some students late for class last week.
As well as looking into some UNCW news from housing to sustainability and controlled burns.
But first, we're looking at a controversial debate happening here on campus tonight. I'm Sydney Bouchel.
And I'm Patrick Hogan. Sit down and stay tuned because Seahawk Central News starts right now.
Tonight in the Warwick Ballroom, an event titled The Abortion Debate. Is this reproductive right a moral wrong? Will take place. Dr. Willie Parker, an OBGYN that specializes in abortion, along with criminology professor Dr. Mike Adams, are going to be taking the debate stage. This event is sponsored by Ratio Christi, the College Republicans, the College Democrats, in conjunction with Summit Ministries. Admission is free and it is open to the public. The event's Facebook page refers to abortion as a hot button issue. Dr. Parker is the physician plaintiff in a federal lawsuit preventing the closure of Mississippi's only abortion clinic, a case currently in request for hearing by the U.S. Supreme Court. Dr. Adams is no stranger to sharing his opinion on political issues. A tenured professor, he is an outspoken conservative who is not afraid to share his beliefs. He's a columnist on the Daily Wire and got into hot water in 2016 when he wrote an article about a former UNCW student that led her to transferring to UNC Charlotte. He had earlier won a lawsuit against the university for denying him a promotion because of his religion and his conservative writings. Adams has most recently filed a Title IX complaint to the university after the Women's Resource Center denied a funding and sponsorship request for the debate. In a blog post published by Adams in November, he said the two young women that visited the Women's Resource Center to ask for funding and sponsorship said the request was denied because the director said abortion is a women's issue and the debate participants are male. Adams said he did not think to report the incident until Chancellor Sartorelli emailed the faculty and staff, reminding them of their legal obligation to report gender-based discrimination incidents. Adams has not since followed up with this post. Again, the debate is tonight in the Warwick Ballroom and admission is free. Maybe we'll see you there, but if not, we'll fill you in on everything that happened next week.
UNCW and the North Carolina Division of Forest Resources are planning on executing a controlled burn of up to 30 acres of forest on campus before March 8th. These controlled burns are incredibly important for the ecosystem of the longleaf pine forest, an ecosystem which parts of UNCW and the greater Wilmington area find themselves in. So if you see smoke or smell fire in the coming weeks, this might be why. And there's no reason to be alarmed if you steer clear of the affected area.
On Monday, February 11th, Wilmington police responded to a suspicious package at Mill Creek Apartments located off South Kerr Avenue and Randall Parkway. The call to police came in around 9 a.m. and they proceeded to shut down the entire block where Mill Creek Apartments are located. UNCW junior Brianna Owens was late to class on the morning of the bomb threat. She lives at Mill Creek and said she was unable to leave the apartments because of the heavy police presence. Jennifer Dandron, a spokesperson for the Wilmington Police, said the package had suspicious labeling and that was the reason it was reported. At around 12 p.m., the package was deemed to be not a threat and police cleared the area.
UNCW's Dub's Cafe recently became the first 3-star certified green restaurant in Wilmington. This happened back in August of 2018 and comes from many of the sustainable practices employed by the campus dining facility. Dubs has been working towards this for a while, reducing waste by up to 80% through recycling and composting programs, using environmentally friendly cleaning supplies, and sourcing their food from local sources. Hopefully, this is just the beginning for sustainability here on campus and in the greater Wilmington area. Isabella Pleasance is here in studio to fill us in on blood shortages here in North Carolina. What have you got for us, Isabella?
Thanks, Patrick. Hospitals all around the state, but particularly in southeastern North Carolina, are experiencing significant blood shortages, and the country's recent weather is to blame. 20,000 blood drives all along the east coast of the United States were canceled amidst January's polar vortex snowstorm, and many would-be donators are also choosing not to donate this month either, having come down with the flu. Here in Wilmington, New Hanover County Regional Medical Center reports they are down to a 3-day reserve supply of blood compared to a normal 7-day supply. If you're lucky enough to have avoided the flu and would like to donate, be on the lookout for UNCW's website or Wave link for the date of UNCW's March blood drive. It's always a good way to give back to the community.
Thanks, Isabella. And you also looked into what some students are looking at for on-campus housing in the fall. What's the story there?
Right, Patrick. As you may know from experience, February 7th was the day UNCW's on-campus housing application opened, and within the day, every single bed in Seahawk Landing, Crossing, and Village were filled. It took an average of a few hours to complete the simple application with constant buffering and crashing of the website reported. In the wake of the university apartment's demolition, Seahawk Crossing will be converted to a primarily freshman residence hall next year, leaving only one section of one of the 4 buildings allotted for upperclassmen. We spoke to one residence advisor, Casey Buchanan, who said, quote, "With the university apartments gone, finding housing on or off campus is going to be more competitive. The apartments housed a lot of people, so I recommend finding living arrangements for next year quickly," end quote. Construction of the new residence halls and a new parking deck are set to commence within the year, so hopefully this problem is not a long-term one. Sydney?
Thanks, Isabella. The Career Fest happened yesterday on Wednesday, February 20th. This is an event where local companies come set up at Bernie and meet students looking to learn about different opportunities for work, internships, and more in the Wilmington area. The companies represent all different kinds of career interests from real estate, art, science, marketing, and more. It's always a great opportunity, so hopefully you were able to get there and meet some of the people you were hoping to. If not, there's always next year. Hannah Creech is here in studio to talk about the Star News Theater Awards. Hannah, what you got?
Well, Sydney, UNCW alumni, students, and staff have been nominated for many different categories in the 8th Annual Star News Media Wilmington Theater Awards. These Seahawks have been nominated for their talents in theater in 10 categories, including Best Actress or Actor, Best Play, and many more. Some of the plays recognized were UNCW's own Getting Out and 12th Night or What You Will, among other great productions. Online voting ended on February 8th, but you can support your fellow Seahawks and watch the award recipients be formally announced at Thalian Hall on March 20th.
Well, that's it for us. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe to UNCW TealTV on your favorite social media platform. If you have story suggestions or just want to talk about the show today, drop us a comment. For Seahawk Central News, I'm Patrick Hogan.
And I'm Sydney Bouchel. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.